Hello, my name is Chakma and this is my personal project on Chakma culture. It is a relatively unknown and small culture that people do not know about, which is why I want to share it. I'm going to cover the Chakma people's origin, music, language, food, daily life, clothing, religion, and holidays. The Chakma people came from the Chakma tribe that originated in the Himalayas and is now primarily settled in Bangladesh, specifically in the Chittagong Hill Tract district. They are spread out between Chittagong, Kagachuri, and Rangamati. However, many Chakmas have now immigrated and can now be found all over the globe. Chakma people's music is very similar to the music in the surrounding area. Although I could not find out what old traditional Chakma music sounded like, Chakma music in today's age is similar to Indian music and traditional Indian music. Here's an example of a Chakma song played during a New Year's party. It is obvious that it took aspects of surrounding cultures from the Indians and Muslims that lived nearby, but still maintained some of its own identity by using the Chakma language instead of the Indians or Muslim. Speaking of Chakma language, the language is a tribal language used by the Chakma tribe. It is the main communication between members of the Chakma tribe, though Bengali is another language commonly used to communicate. The video that is about to play is of a family get-together during my stay in Bangladesh during 2017, in which they converse in Chakma. Chakma food, again like music, is heavily influenced by the surrounding cultures, thus it is very similar to Indian cuisine. Typically, it is rice as the main plate with side plates meant to be eaten alongside the rice. These plates can range from curry to vegetables dishes. Some of these dishes, as example, are sueri and hueri, which are both, respectively, chicken and pork curry. There are also certain snacks that Chakmas make. In the upcoming video, I interview my mother who explains what some types of certain snacks and foods that Chakma people make and what it is. Introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is Janaki Kisha. I'm Subhakan's mom.
And I am Debashis Chakma, Subhakan dad.
Can you explain to us what Chakma food is?
Chakma people mostly they eat vegetables. I mean lots of vegetables. The rice is staple foods. Every family eat rice.
Every day.
Every day with lots of vegetables. They eat protein. Protein comes from meat and fish. The Chakma people like fish mostly, and sometimes they eat meat too.
And the other things, Chakma people, they like kind of the spicy food. Like today, this is my chicken curry. So it's spicy. That one is squash, like pumpkin. We just eat it like a curry. This is kind of green vegetables. And this is kind of our mashed potato, but it's kind of spicy. And it's kind of lots of green vegetables. That one chicken too with spicy. It's kind of we call is the Moris Godiye. So that's for this for today. So we eat every day different kind of curry, different kind of vegetables. So usually rice is every day, and we eat rice with the different kind of curries. So it depends. We cook every day different kind of vegetables. That's it. And this is for our today lunch.
Are there any kind of Chakma snacks that people eat between meals?
Yes, we do have some kind of snacks, but now it's not snack time, so I don't have ready now, but I have lots of picture with that. So we make like it's called bora pida, sanya pida, bina pida. So usually I don't have right now, but I have that kind of picture, so I can give it to you.
Can you describe what it is?
Okay. It's from like rice flour. We grind the rice and we put some banana, coconut and steam it. Usually it's come from rice. Some kind of the sweet rice and some kind of the regular rice.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And another interview from one of my aunts. What is your name?
My name is Chakma.
What type of food do Chakma people eat?
Um, Actually, Chakmas, they are vegetarian basically, and their main food is rice, and they eat vegetables, whatever we found in jungle, and we grow in our like domestic plants. We plant ourselves that kind of foods, and then for the animal protein we like chicken, pork, and then yeah, those two types are mainly um, we eat. And the so you need to know the names of the foods too, like we eat snake, crab, and then different kinds of fish. And the most popular food in Chakma community is the shrimp paste. We say it's shido. That's very popular. Like like me, I can't live without that. And almost all the people like that food. That's very popular. And that's all.
Okay, thank you.
That's the main food.
Chakma daily life varies depending on where you live. If you live outside of Bangladesh, such as myself, your daily life is similar to the daily lives of what your neighbors live. Chakma clothing, once again, is similar to Indian clothing. Back a couple decades ago, as daily typical clothing, the men wore no shirt and a robe covering their bottom half called a lugi. Women typically wore a full dress that is shown in the current video playing. Nowadays, however, they have become more modern, and although these types of clothing are still worn, men and women have adopted more modern clothing such as slacks, sweaters, jeans, and t-shirts. The majority of Chakmas follow and preach Buddhist beliefs, meaning we follow the Buddhist beliefs of the Four Noble Truths, the Eightfold Path, and the Five Precepts. Some Chakma men become monks for a certain time of their lives to show more faith in Buddhism. Here in America, the Chakmas typically go to a temple every few months and recite mantras and Buddhist prayers, along with going to temples for certain religious holidays. Here are some interviews I conducted with my relatives that show how they implement Buddhism into their daily lives and what Buddhism means to them. What is your name?
My name is Nishi Chakma. I'm a Chakma community peoples from Chilean Hindrex and from Bangladesh.
What religion do you follow?
I follow the Buddhist.
What does it mean to be a Buddhist?
The Buddhist, what I learned in my days is to be compassionate to other peoples and loving kindness to all of the human beings. That's the basic things in Buddhism teaches us.
How do you practice Buddhism in your daily life?
We try to follow the Buddha teaches us the five precepts, which is basically not to harm any kinds of animals, any kinds of human beings, to love everybody, to compassionate to everybody. That's the basic Buddhism teaches us.
Okay, thank you. What are your names?
My name is Surab Chakma.
What religion do you practice?
I practice Buddhism.
What does it mean to be a Buddhist?
The Buddhist means, one of our great teachers, Kumar Siddhartha, is a Gautam Buddha. We call Gautam Buddha. We just follow his teaching as a Buddhism. Actually, the whole Buddhism, it has like 4 parts, main 4 parts, like cause of suffering. So first one is suffering, second one is cause of suffering, end of suffering, and the path to end suffering. That's the main way the people follow the Buddhism.
How do you practice Buddhism in your daily life?
Everyday's life to practice the Buddhism, the main things we follow the Buddhism in our mind, at home. Also, we go to the temple time to time, especially in the full moon day and the other occasions of this day. In our everyday life, every day in the morning, before 12 o'clock, we offering food for the Buddha statue and also meditate some times at home. And in temple, we also go to the temple for offering food to the monk and lightening in front of Buddha's statue. And also we meditate in the temple too. In Buddhism, they have also 5 principles for the Buddhist peoples who practice the Buddhism, who follow the Buddhism. The main basic 5 principles for the Buddhism is the main things. The number one is don't killing animals. We follow that one as a number 1. Number 2, don't lie to the other peoples or anyone else. Number 3, don't stealing without the other people concerns. Number 4, don't miss sexual conduct with other peoples. Number 5 is don't take alcoholic beverages in your everyday life. This is our main 5 principles to follow as a Buddhist. This is the main. If you follow these 5 principles as a regular day basis, you will be developed yourself by physically and by economically. You can save a lot of things. We also try to educate our children to follow the Buddhism. Actually, it's not mandatory. If you like the 5 principles for the Buddhism, or if you like the part how you overcome from the suffering, so they have a lot of ways in the Buddhism to overcome those problems. That's why they have a lot of things. It needs study for the Buddhism to understand. Even though correctly we still not understanding the Buddhism, but the basic things we know that meditation is the main one too. But along with 5 principles, meditation is also the best one for relaxing your mind or relaxing the everyday daily life. Is mandatory. It's not mandatory. Is good to practice some meditation also. And what I'll say. That's the main thing to follow the Buddhism. Yeah, that's all I know.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Introduce yourselves.
Hello all, my name is Bijoy Ratan Chakma. I am an interpreter on behalf of Rotiranjan Chakma. So Shubho is conducting an interview about Buddhism. So I'm going to explain Shubho's question on behalf of Rotiranjan Chakma. So he's going to introduce himself right now. Okay, his name is Rotiranjan Chakma, but he has a nickname also. His nickname is Podo.
What religion do you believe in?
So he don't follow Guru. So he follows Buddhism.
What does being a Buddhist mean?
The একজন বুদ্ধ হিসেবে তুই মানে কি মনে করো বুদ্ধ হিসেবে তাও মনে বুদ্ধ শব্দ এসে না বুদ্ধ শব্দের অর্থ কি বুদ্ধ ইয়ান হি
বুদ্ধ শব্দ অর্থ হলো জ্ঞান
ওই দুটো সিদ্ধ Okay, so Buddha means knowledge. Knowledge means power. So Buddha, he is one of the wisest person in the world. So he has spread the Buddhism through peace, and he has spread the peace throughout the whole world. Next
Okay.
question.
How do you practice Buddhist beliefs in your daily life?
That তুই প্রত্যেকদিন বুদ্ধ ধর্ম হিনি করে ফলো করো
বর্ণনা ঘুরে ঘুরে ফলো করো আয়
So he prays every day, twice, first in the morning and in the evening. So he also follows 5 precepts. So according to 5 precepts, he doesn't steal, he doesn't lie, he doesn't kill anybody, or he doesn't do any sexual misconduct, and he doesn't take any intoxicate materials like alcohol or any drugs. So he follows those 5 precepts on his daily life.
Okay, thank you. The Chakma people have their own holidays as well, as any other culture would. Though in this project I will only talk about the biggest one, Biju. Biju is the equivalent of Chakma's New Year's. There are 3 parts of Biju. Again, I will show interviews I conducted with relatives of mine that explain what Biju is and how they celebrate it in their times. What is Biju?
Biju means they have different words. We can say the Biju. Actually, I came from Chittagong Hill Tracts from Bangladesh. Now in USA, I'm living in USA almost 20 years since I left Bangladesh. When I was in Bangladesh, in Rangamati Hill district, over there, the Chakma people celebrated it every end of the year. Actually, they have 2 years in Bangladesh. One is Bengali New Year's, the other one is English New Year's. Both New Years we celebrated it, but at Chakma people, they celebrate Bengali New Year's. Once in a year, we celebrated the Biju, and for the Chakma people, is the main annual festival for their life. Once a year they celebrated it. They have different cultural people in Chittagong Tracts, like Chakma is the major one. Along with Chakma, they have several minorities people in Chittagong Tracts. In that time, we call them like tribal. So Chakma is the main tribal in Chittagong Tracts. There are also Tripura, Marma, Tanchonga, Kumi, Chak, Bom, and Khiang also, like 13 tribals living in the parts of Chittagong Hill Tracts in Bangladesh. Chakma is the main one. The Chakma people celebrated Biju. The other tribal people, they also celebrate the annual festival. They called different name, like the Manma people call it Sangre, the Tonchunge people call it Boshuk, different way, but the Chakma people, we called it Biju. Every year, end of the year, like in Chaitra, Bengali, last year, 12th month is the Chaitra, we call it Chaitra Sankranti. End of the Chaitra, we celebrated Boishabi. Boishabi is a combined name like a Boishu, Sangrai, Boishu. But end of the Chaitra, we celebrated Biju. The Chakma people call it Biju. In Biju Day, they have three main occasions. End of the year is called like Biju. Then New Year's, Bengali New Year's is called Gujjabujjadin. In Biju Day, all of the residents, especially for the Chakma people, they cooked food, lot of like ancestral food. I mean, especially the Chakma people like. The main thing is pajon, kind of vegetables curry. They mix together, like lot of curries, like different vegetables. They mix together, like 15 varieties, 16 varieties, sometimes 24 varieties. They mix it together, and they put some dry fish on it, and they cook, which is very, very favorite to the occasion of Biju. They cook that food for the Chakma people, they are along with the other peoples. Along with pajon, they also cooked different kind of what is called different kind of items, like sweet things, like pita, like a lot of kind of baked items they made for the peoples. On those days, that day especially, the people automatically invited each other house. They go different house to eat or enjoy those food. And that day, all the peoples, like children to older people, they go around each other house with a small group or the big groups. They dance, they enjoy, they fun, they play game. And in that day, it is permitted to drink alcoholic beverages for all the people. It doesn't matter is children or older people or younger people. Everybody in that day, special permissions from the guardians, especially in our religions, we can take alcoholic beverages, but on those days, especially on the end of the Chitra or in the Biju day, everyone like okay to have a fun day to celebrate the Sotra Sankranti day, last day of the Bengali New Year, to the people of GST. That's why in that day everybody kind of special permitted to enjoy the day and take some alcoholic beverages and have dance, have fun all day long. And after that day, when the New Year's came, in New Year's Day, everybody go to the temple to praying for the next year life. So they pray for themselves, for the world people, for their parents, so that their lives going with happy and prosperity.
Okay, thank you. What is Bijou and how did you celebrate it growing up?
Bijou is one of the best cultural events in our community. We celebrate basically in 3 days. We have a full Bijou, Mul Bijou, and Goji Hoje. And full Bijou day, what we do, we collect early in the morning the different kinds of flowers, and we bring it at home. We decorate the houses, and with some flowers, we go to the rivers, streams. We make a showers and we float the flowers. When we come back, then after we go to the temples, we also the elder persons, we shower them, we ask to bless us, those stuff. And on the Mulbiju, we go everybody house from village to village, town to town, and with of course a lot of the favorite friends gathering together. It's very have fun, and we say puzzle, which has at least 22 items mixed together. It's very delicious food, and every houses if you go they offer the puzzle, and with the puzzle they also give us some alcohol if you like it. They also give different kinds of cake, our traditional made cakes. We have like say we have a sanjipidi, borafidi, and so many things, holafidi, etc. It's delicious food. And Goji Puja day, what do we do? We cook foods, we offer to the temples, the Buddhist monk. We pray, they are blessed, and pray to the Buddha for the New Year's, how we should be calm, and also we invite the people's closest friends, cook food, we having together. That's how we celebrate the New Year's and pray the New Year's should be good for everybody or human beings.
Thank you. What is Bijou and how do you celebrate it?
Bijou is the most favorable festival for Chakma peoples. Bijou means end of the year, so we'll just say goodbye the year and welcome to the new year. That's why we celebrate Bijou. Bijou consists with three parts like full Bijou, Mul Bijou, and Gujja Puja. Full Bijou means Bijou, eve of the Bijou. I mean, last day before end of the day. I mean, second day, end of the day of the year. And after celebrate the full Bijou is kind of collect some flowers and
Go to the river.
go to the river, ponds, or in some lake. So and float the flowers into the river, and that's it. And take a shower. And Mulbiju is the specialty of the Mulbiju means Biju is that day people enjoy and celebrate. Mostly people goes to the people's house and they offer some foods, mostly vegetables, some sweet stuff.
We have on Mulbiju we have one special vegetable. It's called pajon. It's like lots of vegetable. They mixed it and they make one curry. So sometimes it's like maybe 30, 40 vegetables. They cook together. So that one is the most special one. It's called pajon.
Yeah, then some other stuff too. When people comes to the home, they offer the food and they eat it, they enjoy it, and after that they move to another people's house. The
And
same
that,
way they.
yeah, that day, people, they don't have to invite you. You just go and they're gonna open the door and offer food, you know.
Yeah.
So,
It's very interesting, and people wait for that special occasion.
that's the mood
That's
visit.
it. And after that, Gujja Puja means mostly people go to the temple, pray. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
3 days.
Now in America, Bijou is celebrated in a similar fashion, although different due to the circumstances. Everyone in the community gets together to go to a river in which they celebrate Full Bijou, where they release flowers on a stream. Then in the next few days, the community would get together again to have a barbecue where they enjoy themselves by talking, playing games, and winning prizes. Finally, across the next few days, everyone will go to each other's houses, eat food, and have a good time. And this will continue until everyone's house has been visited. Thank you for tuning in to my personal project about Chakma culture.